There are clearly, overwhelmingly, people believe that the government hasn't made its case. And even most recently, the judge was skeptical about witnesses that came forward from Comcast that showed that Comcast really didn't use its purchase of NBC for negotiating leverage.
I happen to agree with you, Michael, but it's a provocative view. The other question, though, is when and if the decision comes down, to the degree that there is this prevailing view, I don't know if it's now become the conventional wisdom that it will be approved. What are the chances it's approved, but with a series of restrictions or other things that come with it? And then, therefore, how does that impact everybody else?
There's been this discussion over and over again that the merger would be acceptable if AT&T allowed somebody else to own the Turner networks. The problem with that is that CNN is a huge part of the value. If you look at what most people are watching on television today, it's certainly live television, it tends to be sports and news. You've got CNN, which is one of the most important news franchises. It's not just on television, but online. One of the top apps. It's actually the top news app in the App Store. So it doesn't make sense for AT&T to bargain out the Turner networks, including CNN.
Let's switch gears, if we could. A big story in the Wall Street Journal today, sort of laying out the soap opera that has become this CBS-Viacom situation. Your take on how it ends?
Well, I mean, there are two issues at stake here. One is value. In other words, what does CBS need to do to increase its value? And the other is control. A number of outlets have reported that Verizon has made an offer, or at least approached Sherry Redstone about buying CBS. And so what Les Moonves is trying to do here is to ensure that he's able to deliver the highest value for shareholders. A merger with Viacom, which has been struggling for many years, and although it's in a turnaround, still CBS's performance has been fantastic in the last years.
So let's just assume for now, because the other conventional wisdom is that the family always wins, in that it's hard to see the Delaware courts effectively saying, sure, CBS, and sure, every other dual-class share company in America, go ahead and dilute down your controlling shareholders' voting power. If, in fact, the Redstone family wins on that score, does she therefore turn around and say, OK, Les Moonves, you know, you tried to knock me out, I'm going to knock you out? Because by knocking you out, therefore, all of a sudden you have a big management question.
I think there are huge management questions here. The Street has had a lot of confidence in Les Moonves. His track record has been unbelievable. And I think the bigger issue here is that the Street is concerned about the value that gets lost in a potential Viacom merger versus CBS being sold to somebody else, and especially losing Les Moonves, who is likely to stay around for the next couple of years. So I think that even if CBS loses, I think we're going to see a reconciliation between Sherry Redstone and Les Moonves.